Hi, today we're going to take a look at congruent parts of triangles. So we have two triangles here, and we want to figure out what x, y, the measure of A, measure of B is. Um, Starting up top, let's work our way down. D and E, we know absolutely nothing about them, and that's fine because we're not asked to solve anything with them. We do have, however, angle here, 50 degrees. When you have two lines that cross each other, two straight lines, they create something called vertical angles. Vertical angles are angles that are opposite each other and they hold the same value. So if this angle is 50, this other angle also has to be 50. So we already figured out what x was. Um, Moving our way down, we know that in our triangle down here, on both angles, we have these little arc marks. Since they're both one line and one line, that means that both those angles are equal to each other. They're both congruent. They're the same. So that tells us we have an isosceles triangle. Okay. So that means we have this angle, which is also going to be 2y. Now, according to the triangle angle sum theorem, fancy way of just saying all the angles in a triangle inside add up to 180. We can create an equation. We can say 50 plus 2y plus 2y equals 180. And now we can just combine like terms and do inverse operations to get there. So we'll say 50 plus 4y equals 180. Let's move the 50 by subtracting. 4y equals 130. Divide both sides by 4. They cancel out. Y ends up being 32.5. Great. We just figured out what x was. We figured out what y was. Now what about the measures of angles A and B? Well, we already said that they're the same. They're congruent to each other. So I only got to figure out one, and it tells us both. I want to take that 32.5 and put it back in right there. Let's just take 2 times 32.5, giving us 65 degrees for A and B. And that's using congruent parts of triangles.